అమ్మో! ఎలా అమ్మా అప్పుడు? మెయిల్‌లో ఉందమ్మా లైవ్. పెద్దది పెట్టుకోవాలా? పర్లేదు నిలబడమ్మా. మేడం, గుడ్ ఆఫ్టర్నూన్ మేడం. అరుణ మేడం. మ్యూట్ లేదు కదమ్మా.
Ma'am, okay.
Am I audible? Am I audible?
Earphones, ma'am.
నేను పెట్టుకున్నాను. మీకు ఆడిబుల్ ఏనా? మీరు
Okay,
నాకు
ma'am. It's good. It's good. It's good.
Am I audible? Okay. Thank you. Thank you, ma. నేను కొంచెం సేపు అన్మ్యూట్ చేస్తున్నాను.
Okay, ma'am. It's good.
నా వాయిస్ ఆడిబుల్ కాదు చెక్ చేద్దామా?
ఒకసారి చెక్ ఇక్కడ క్లిక్ చేయాలా?
ఎక్కడ?
ఈ మ్యాగ్నీషియం ఇంట్లో లేదు, వినిపిస్తుందో లేదు ఒకసారి సార్కి అడగండి.
హలో
సార్ వాయిస్ అంటే వస్తుందా?
రెడీగా స్టార్ట్ చేస్తున్నా.
Good afternoon, everybody. On behalf of Dr. Sister Shaichi, Principal and Correspondent, St. Joseph's College for Women Autonomous, IQAC, Department of Chemistry and Organizing Committee. Myself, Dr. P. Arunadevi, Director, PG Studies, welcome you all for the national webinar on education tools for online learning in chemistry. Let us start today's program with prayer song.
Lord, make us instruments of your peace. Where there is hatred, let your love increase. Lord, make us instruments of your peace. Walls of pride and prejudice shall cease when we are your instruments of peace.
St. Joseph's College for Women Autonomous is the first women's college in the North Coastal Andhra Pradesh, established in the year 1958, re-accredited by NAC and has many firsts to its credit. The college has utilized the funds from UGC and other state agencies for the benefit of young women to make them independent and self-reliant. Known for its benchmarking standards of quality education, the college has strive to become a brand, not just in this part of the country, but globally too. Over the years, we organized a number of national and international workshops, seminars, and conferences for the benefit of academic community. The COVID-19 pandemic, as a health crisis, has unleashed the biggest calamity that humanity has ever faced, with far-reaching consequences in all sectors. The pandemic has significantly disturbed the higher education sector as well. It pushed the centuries-old, mostly chalk and talk methodology for back foot. We all know we have to live with the present scenario of COVID-19, and we have to adjust ourselves to drastic changes taking place in the education scenario, and we have to move forward. In a way, time has come for moving away from traditional ways and onwards and towards blended teaching. A well-rounded system with seamless integration of classroom learning with e-learning modules will enhance the capacity and confidence level of the young minds. Keeping these things in mind, in order to equip teaching and the student community to cope up with the present scenario, the college so far organized about 12 webinars in this pandemic period. Few more are in pipeline. Coming to today's webinar, we know e-learning of science subjects at graduate and postgraduate level is in a way very difficult, which at times requires a lot of written explanation. Drawing the structures, writing mathematical equations, formulae, stereochemical representations of molecules, derivations, etc. definitely requires special skills even on the blackboard also. And due training is required both for faculty and students for e-learning mode. In accordance with this line of thinking, we organized one webinar already on June 8th, EdTools for making online learning more effective. And today's webinar is on education tools for online learning in chemistry is in accordance with the same concept. The resource speaker for this session is Dr. Paul Douglas, Associate Professor and Head of the Department of Engineering Chemistry, AU College of Engineering, Andhra University. The person who considers knowledge sharing is a pleasure. We are fortunate enough to have Dr. Douglas with us today. Now, I request Professor Mangaveni, Head of the Department of Chemistry, St. Joseph's College for Women, to introduce Dr. Douglas. Over to Professor Mangaveni.
A very good afternoon to all. I'm Mangaveni, Professor Mangaveni, Head, Department of Chemistry. Very privileged to introduce Dr. Paul Douglas, Associate Professor, Head, Department of Engineering Chemistry, Andhra University, Visakhapatnam. Dr. Douglas, highly experienced both in teaching and research field. He joined in the department 1999 in the Andhra University Engineering College campus. Very dynamic and a good mentor and good orator. His main focus areas includes nanocatalysis and synthesis of heterocyclic compounds. Sir published a number of research articles, both in national and international journals. It is 25 national and international publications with the guidance of 7 PhD students and 10 MPhil students and many more project students working under him. Right now, 7 more students are working with the same teams under him. Now, sir, may I request you to deliver the ed tools which are very prominent in the present scenario, because online teaching and learning, the students have to explore to these tools in writing the article or presenting their assignment. I think you are the right person to guide them, sir. May I request you to deliver the talk on ed tools, which includes maybe the chem draw and a chem sketch. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, madam, for giving me this opportunity. I thank St. Joseph's College Autonomous for such a wonderful opportunity I received once again. I thank Professor Anna Devi, madam, for giving me this opportunity. I thank Professor Mangaveni, madam, for her excellent introduction. I don't deserve all of them, but still I appreciate the way you have invited me. It's a great honor to be associated with you. This day I'm believing and I'm speaking to much of the chemistry faculty and chemistry students of various colleges from Visakhapatnam and across the India. I believe that this 1 hour session that we are spending will be certainly useful for us. When compared to last time when we have had this particular session, many were later on asking why you didn't show any of the things which you are sharing to us. Maybe today I'll be showing some of them to you and hope we'll really appreciate certain things that are available to us, available on the internet. Maybe virtually we can take them and use them for our individual instruction, for our learning, and it will be of a great advantage for us. Maybe along with you, I am also learning. I am also trying to get something whenever an opportunity like this comes to me. But I really feel that as we go through this run once again, if you are already there last week on 8th, maybe you may be seeing some of the slides, maybe repeated. Almost all I'm going parallel to it. But I just want to focus more towards chemistry and hope it will be of a advantages for us. I want to start this with a small video clipping, maybe of 3 minutes, so that it will give us a clue of how we are going there. Maybe once I start sharing the screen, hope you'll understand in which area I'm actually interested in. Okay. This is a small clipping regarding how we'll be using a virtual lab so that we'll be understanding. I have taken this example from an organic chemistry reaction where some of the organic reagents are being tested for a couple of their properties. And in this case, they have taken carbonyl compounds and testing their testing their properties. See here everything on the screen. They are choosing from the organic compound and to the here he has taken a resorcinol. Then he's trying to dissolve it in any solvent. There solvent he's taking. So this control is there on the part of the uh, learner, which is available to us. And even though it looks little virtual, but all these activity the learner is doing on the system, all continuously he's taking the reaction, he's taking the scheme from the menu that is available, then how he need to go there, what is that solution that he's taking, what are the reagents that he's taking, then and at every step what he need to do there. Then at every phase we have a next step is there. He's slowly adding. He's doing a particular test to identify aldehydes. Then finally he's trying to do the test. You can see the process going on. Maybe when I show some other components, I'll be showing this kind of things that are available. Maybe this is one kind which shows very normal just for those people who can have a limited maneuverability on the system. They can do by themselves everything they wanted to add there, everything they wanted to see how the things on, and finally even for something like heating we have a virtual heating is there. Then by the end of the reaction, as we go on, now we can test this same test with different reagents. Maybe here in this case, once he completes one test, he is now trying to do it by changing the reagent, by changing the organic compound where he is taking a formaldehyde and he wanted to do it. Maybe this gives some idea of how actually we are going in this case of virtual component there. One second, I'll be coming to you. So this particular session, I'll be taking you maybe with this small video. I think now you have an idea of how we are going, how we are going to lead from one particular context to another context. I have taken the similar one. Now we have a issue here. This issue is in terms of how our classroom is going to be once we go back to the college for students or for the teachers. What is that kind of situation that we are? We are not going to have a normal classroom unless and until the entire world declares that that we are out of this pandemic COVID. There are so many restrictions, maybe in terms of our movement, in terms of our number of students in the class, in terms of doing activity. Maybe much of the time we may be having a paradigm shift in the classroom, and then we will be looking into our classroom is going to be, because we are looking into chemistry class. Yeah, chemistry class is all the time maybe 50% of theory we have and 50% of labs we have. At least morning when we are there in the class, by afternoon we are there in the lab. The question is how we are going to supplement, how we are going to provide all the experiences to our students. And here we have a basic shift that is coming out, a paradigm shift that is coming out. Earlier, We used to have a very, very formal way of teaching. We have a controlled classroom where teacher is having a absolute control over the classroom. Students have come prepared to learn something. They are waiting for the teacher. They are sitting in the classroom. Now, as every day, when I experience my students, now I could see that I don't think all of them are attending online classes. Means one condition is it's there is a flexibility, there is a freedom. Unless and until once we go for virtual, unless and until an individual is ready to learn, it is not possible in online learning. We need to remember this. Earlier case, once he comes, at least there is some pressure on the student. Once he comes to college, if he really want to go out, it is a separate case. But once he is in the classroom, at least to a larger extent, there is a compulsion on him to be there, to be involving there, to be present there, listening, noting down something. Maybe whatever teacher guides him, he is presenting. Now that guidance, that control has been completely out of our context in this online classes. Over the last week, I am also experiencing so many classes on Zoom with my students, and I could able to understand how many times I can have a watch over them. Literally, I do not have any watch over them. Once I start sharing my screen, I do not know what they are doing. I do not know what they are really observing, what they are noting, whether they are noting down or not. That context has actually gone out of my hand. Only I am presenting my class without even knowing who are actively involved in that, because I do not have any feedback. Also, I do not have any context there. So we have a system. We have a new atmosphere that is in front of us. We want to get into this particular new system of teaching and new system of learning. So if teachers can simply adopt one tool, teachers can adopt one platform to teach their classes, maybe their job is done. But what about the students? I don't think, unless and until students take this personally, I don't think learning will take place for them. It's not going to happen for them. Anything is possible, anything can be done, but not learning. Learning, unless you are intended to learn, unless you are focused to learn, unless you are interested to learn, you cannot undergo this particular process. Earlier, once you are in, the teacher has some control over you to take you inside. But now you have a liberty, now you have freedom. Unless and until you focus, it is not possible for you to learn in this online or in this virtual kind of learning. So there is now a greater responsibility on the part of the learner than the teacher. That's what I am observing now. All these days, I thought only technology is required for the teacher to teach, but more than technology, the participation of the learner, the conviction of the learner, or his commitment to learn is going to play a greater role in this online system or in this virtual system. Even there is one more option. Even if you can switch off your mobile and go anywhere, still on the screen your name is on the screen your name is there, thinking that you are listening. But you may go anywhere. You can go to the other room, you can roam around for another half an hour and come back. All these systems, all these situations have become a big challenge for the teachers who are adopting online classes. But when I think after teaching a number of classes for the students, now I understand more than the teacher, there is a greater role of the student in order to be a part of a successful learning. So here is that complex diagram there. This is the complex diagram where the learner's thought, learner's emotion, learner's behavior, is playing a particular role in making learning successful. Along with that, so many factors are influencing him. The objective, why he wanted to learn, what are the circumstances that he is in, what are the social contexts. When he is at home, he has a different kind of social system. Even when he is there before the system or before his mobile, before his computer, certainly there is some sort of distraction when compared to a classroom context is there. All these factors which is being projected in this kind of diagram, they are influencing, they are making a larger impact on the overall learning of the learner. Now, in a normal classroom, this is what generally we observe there. I just wrote it down without any basic input from any textbook. Maybe just I observed a couple of things that are happening in normal classroom, and then I added these particular points. One thing is teachers and students are physically at one place. That is what I observed in a normal classroom. There is a personal contact and monitoring during the teaching learning process. There is an eye-to-eye contact between the teacher and the student, and among the students is there. There is a absolute communication cycle is being adopted in a normal classroom, in the sense whatever be the information I am planning to give to my students on that day, I have come prepared with that information. I am using the best of the vocabulary. I'm using the best of the resources that are available. Maybe a blackboard I'm using, maybe a PowerPoint presentation, anything that is available to me, I'm using it. And once the information is passed on to the student, whatsoever be the barriers that are there, still I am making sure that I am audible to him, I am visible to him. Whatever I am writing, I am making sure it reaches to the student so that the student can receive it. But even in normal classroom, there is a major thing that is happening there. One is much of the information. Even if I think if I'm releasing a factor of 100 factor of information, I don't think the entire 100 will be reaching the other side. There are so many factors which are influencing. Maybe the condition or the physical condition of the student, or the psychological or emotional conditions, or his readiness to learn. All these things, all these barriers, they are making this that information to go there. You need to understand the way I am understanding, and then only there is a context of a concept being formed in the mind of the student. It's not that whatever I speak will be forming a concept, but unless the information goes from the teacher to the student in the right perspective, he cannot understand what the teacher is saying and how the teacher is knowing. There is a feedback going on continuously. So that's why whenever I talk about communication cycle, it starts with the teacher. It is going through the environment, it is going through the situation, it is reaching the student, and some feedback is coming back to the teacher. And continuously, maybe for 1.5 hours, as the teacher is teaching in the classroom, this communication cycle is going on. This communication, if any time when teacher thinks that they are not listening to him, immediately he'll take some cue, he'll take some action, he'll make them once again to be part of it. He may be interacting with them. All these things is doing in order to complete this cycle at every stage. Maybe by every minute or every few minutes, he's trying to see the flow that is going on and the feedback that is coming in. But when we look to this kind of a virtual thing, there is no guarantee in that. Even if I'm presenting something before you over screen, as a presenter, I do not have any idea about you, about the participants who are in this group. Maybe I'm teaching to the screen of my computer. I am just thinking that you are there inside. this screen, and then you are receiving me, but literally I do not have any feedback from you. I cannot see you. I cannot listen to you. I cannot understand how you feel. I do not know how much it is audible. I do not know whether your net connection is good or not, whether my voice is coming clearly or whether it is breaking, and then it may be stretching down, it may be broadening, it may be cutting into various sounds. I do not have anything. So in a normal classroom we have this control. And now if after virtual things that are coming, then now itself I am feeling that how good are those olden days. Maybe after if you really go on for some more months, some more period in this particular kind, I think we all will be eager to go back to our normal classroom, where we want to address a group of students. We want to have that particular social relationship is there. Now come to this virtual classroom that is present in. One thing is, I am at a particular place and you are all at different places. None of us are seeing each other. I mean, unless there is an opening of screen so that you can see all the participants who are present there. Otherwise you can't see. Except this screen, you can see yourself and you can't see anybody. Then there is a only in between you and me, there is only a virtual contact. I believe you are listening to me, and you are even though you can't see me, maybe I'm standing and teaching, but you don't know. You don't know whether I'm really standing and teaching. You don't know whether I'm moving or not. You don't know whether I'm trying to make some sense out of it. I'm going to trying to contact you. I'm personally speaking to you or not. I don't have anything. I don't have any eye contact with you so that I can say something. I can stop there for some time and answer a question. I think that cannot come. And that's why the fourth point, there is an incomplete communication cycle going on. If somebody has studied about communication, how it goes on, what is meant by coding, what is meant by decoding, you'll be understanding that almost this has become a one-way communication. I maybe only at the end of this session, when I see some of your questions, or when I see some of your queries, then only I could able to answer some of them. But I don't think as this is going on with this particular tempo, it's a one-way communication. And that's why this is highly monotonous, and in a larger way, it's a one-way communication. Okay, now for students, this is what I just want to suggest to you this particular evening. We have, if you are interested, unless and otherwise you are interested, it is not possible now. Earlier, once you come to college, maybe something might have motivated you, your classmate might have motivated you, the group dynamics might have motivated you. All of you that day thought you wanted to sit and learn something. You have wonderful group dynamics going on in between you. When you are really interested to learn, you can somebody or team players, and whenever you are with the group, you are an excellent learner, and some of you are individual learners. Whenever you are alone, you are, but in this particular place, you almost all became an individual learner. All the days, if you are a team learner, suddenly this is a big block for you, because now you need to learn individually. All online, all virtual learnings, you are an individual learner. You cannot have sharing. You cannot really go, all of you cannot just make up your mind within a short break after a cup of tea, and then go back to your class, so that you'll be focusing for the next 1.5 hour and on what the teacher is giving to you. But now suddenly you became alone, and now you have a couple of information that are available for you. So we have textbooks for you. I do not know how many of you really maintain a good set of textbooks with you. Whatever whether you are a graduate student or an undergraduate or a postgraduate student. If you have textbooks, I don't know how many of you are really opening your textbooks. And if you do not have a textbook, what is the other material that you have? Do you really depend upon any other handout or material that is available? But I really appreciate if you know the websites, if you know the sites where you can download n number of books that are available on the internet. I think you should be a good a researcher even in this field of internet, where to download the textbooks, where to go through the textbook and read something on the book, and that will help you to be a true uh, search for acquiring the knowledge. Now we have lot of material is available on the net. It just simply you need to type whatever you want. If you want a topic, simply type the topic and search on the Google or any of the search engine. You have unbelievable number of pages that are available. You need to have patience to know which one you can depend upon. I think you need to learn now at least which site you have to verify where you have to go so that you get the right information there. Then you have lot of videos that are available on YouTube or NPTEL. Any topic you name the topic, it is there. You name the issue, it is there in YouTube or in any of the websites that are available. You have a lot of simulations that are available. You have Swayam portal that is available to you. You have a EPG Pathshala that is available to you. I just want to show you, maybe because I just thought I can show you this site. I thought I just kept it for you for your convenience. One second, I'll share and then I'll show you. This is where you can. This is a EPG Pathshala page that you can see there. See the content that is available already. If you go to EPG Pathshala, where you find almost all 565 topics are available just for chemistry. I'm just taking the live screen on the screen. This is taking, see the topics on organic chemistry, physical chemistry, inorganic chemistry, environmental chemistry, organic chemistry 2 in reaction mechanisms, physical chemistry 2, inorganic, physical spectroscopy, organic chemistry 3, physical chemistry. Then the topics that are available. Then I just want to show you a couple of things so that you can go and identify the topics which you like. I just took something from it, and then you have this material that is available to you. This is the EPG Pathshala's website. I just entered in, and this is a topic on organic chemistry reaction mechanism 1, generation, structure, stability, and reactivity of carbocations. Just go page by page and you have lot of information, everything that you want. Just go page by page. You go one page after another page and you have information, and you have this something is available to you. Something has been given to you in these particular pages that will help you out in having the information. First thing is you should have the information. All these days, the source of your information much of the time is your teacher. Now your teacher is not before you. Your teacher may come online once in a day for half an hour or 1 hour. After that, you may not be in a position to meet him, unless and otherwise he is free and he can take your call on a mobile or on some other device. But now you have this information with you. You have a lot of pre-recorded lessons that are with you. That will help you. In the sense, what I want to present to you is, before you want to go into this online learning, make sure whether what is available on the net, where is available. If you have seen any of the MIT courseware, they are 100% free. Massachusetts Institute of Technology, maybe Oxford University or Harvard University, free courses that are available. If you think you can go beyond India, beyond our IITs and IISs, which prepared this Swayam EPG Pathshala and NPTEL, which has been done by UGC and Government of India. If you think more better than our best of India, best of Indian Institute of Science and IITs, so many international universities have opened their doors for your online learning. You can go there and you can do it. On the other hand, you have this software that is available for teaching, for teachers. So far, you might have used a couple of them. By this time, we also participated in Google Meet, then Google Classrooms we have checked, then Zoom we tried already. Every 30 minutes it is saying that it only 10 minutes access is there. Exactly after 40 minutes, if you do not have a paid account, after 40 minutes you have to stop. Then you reschedule your class after 5 minutes, then go on for another 40 minutes. So overall, your 1.5 session you can get through in Zoom by 2 logins. Okay, during this time, every time you need to log, you need to help your students to be in there. Even we are losing some amount of time during this particular uh, their while they allowing them into the classroom. Then we have iReady is there. You can just go and check this. Then we have some virtual chemistry labs are there today. I'll be showing some more how wonderful are there. Then we have some Noodle tools, then Nording, Flipgrid, CISA, and there are a lot of uh, videos created by teachers and students. And then we have now GoToMeetings, just like Zoom. These are helping us to go through it. Here I have a list of educational tools for teachers. If you really want to use any of them other than which I have shown it in the previous screen for tools for online teaching. Now we have a lot of tools that are available free of cost. Many of them are easily available for you, so that you can really get into them. Maybe I have a couple of information like Edmodo, what is this and how this is a tool where the teachers can create groups, and then they can share the materials to their students, and then they can communicate with parents. And entire, see, this is Edmodo is the one of the largest used platform in the world. Almost 34 million users are connected to this portal, and they are using it as an online teaching tool. Then you have a tool called Socrative. I'm just giving this information to you, thinking that you search by yourself. Just go download that, see how you can use that platform for your students, and you can use it. You can teach them, and students can connect with you, and you can teach them using this excellent software that are available now on the net. You have something like a project tool to prepare your multimedia presentations, where you have dynamic slides. Everything is ready. Simply fill in your forms, and you have these particular components available for you. Then you have a thing link, which also creates. You can create your images. You can create your music. You can create your sound. The first video which I have shown you, even though I have taken from YouTube, you can see that never you can see that you don't identify any of them. You can cleanly show that this particular video you can take by yourself and you can show to your students. Then you have, so that you can edit. If you want only 1 minute, you can edit. You can show it, and then you can present it. Then you have this TED platform is there, where you can create your educational lessons. Many of the issues with teachers is they wanted to know what are the tools that are available other than their PowerPoint presentation, how to convert their text into better tools, or maybe highly better looking format. I think this is TED is another platform that is available to you. We have CK12, which is a which provides lot of textbooks for class 1 to 12. All the books for the K12, K to 12 are available in this particular platform. We have a class dojo is there in this particular platform. We have which this particular tool has improves the students' behavior, in the sense it gives feedback to the students. It identifies the performance of the students. It has a reward making process. It gives points to the students for their attitude, for receptive attitude towards learning, so that even though in our classroom we have 30 students, we'll be knowing through this particular platform how many of them are actively participating, how many of them are actively involved in the process. Are they sitting before your system by force, or even you have a wonderful way of acknowledging their presence, acknowledging their participation in this particular platform. Then you have an edu clipper, where you can create all your groups. You can send lot of information which is with you through this edu clipper to your students, so that they receive information from you through you. Then you have this Storybird, where students can write, you can write a lot of blogs, and the entire group will be following in it. And then you have this is an Animato platform, where you can create your videos. You can in your mobile devices, you can record your experiments. You can convert them into videos, and you can show or you can share with your students. Then Kahoot is another platform based on gaming and quizzing and questions, so that students can be continuously monitored for their performance through discussions, through survey. All these things are present in this particular one. This is what we observe in our Zoom classroom. If you have a big monitor before you, it's good, so that you can see all your students while presenting. But I don't know how many of us have that platform for us, so that along with our classroom, we can continuously monitor all our students who are before us. Then this is a wow room from a management institute called IE. They have this kind of virtual classroom, where it's a 200-degree vision, where the presenter can see all the participants present, so that he can interact with them, he can speak to them. I don't think we have that much facility, but with the limited components that we have this particular facility there. Then I just want to take you for the next couple of minutes toward this virtual labs there, because my intention is also right from day one. Okay, theory I can present it, theory I can share to my students through some of my PowerPoint presentations, or a Zoom class, or maybe go to meeting in somewhere or other. I can address them. I can stand before the blackboard, record it, and then, but what about my lab there? So that's why labs are going to be a challenging issue for many of these contexts. I want to show you still one or two student-made videos, and some interactive labs that are present there, you really will be appreciating. Okay, these things are available now for us. If that is the case, if they are available, how they are available, where they are available, how within how much time we can really have them. That is the context. See this, one second. I want to share this screen to you. You'll be really surprised that on the screen you can do the experiment totally by yourself. That's what I really look here. I want to share the screen to you. See this video. So I'm actually I didn't share the audio to you. Hope you can see how the teacher is presenting the experiments on a virtual screen. He's trying to do some experiment there, a filtration or some kind. Let us see what he's doing. You wanted to have two funnels. You want to take a container. You wanted to place at the right place. Then you wanted to take the chemicals. Even you can see removing of the lids from the bottle. You can take the spatula. See the advantage here. If you want to know how much of content you have, even have a control over the number of grams of substance that you can take. He's pouring something there with his spatula. He's putting it back. Then he's adding another chemical. Then he's adding those things. Then he's taking from a container. He's pouring it. He's, the spirit lamp, the spatula, the tongs. He's using a stick there. Maybe he's doing a small gravimetric experiment there. Everything is there. Simply you go, you drag it onto your screen, add it, lit your spirit lamp, take your test tube, then you can heat, you can boil, you can add the chemicals that you want, what is the quantity that you want to add there.
Sir,
These,
sorry for the disturbance.
these softwares are now available at your disposal. Even I just want to show you some other right now. Once I complete this, you can understand. You can select by yourself where there are some softwares are available ready. You can take the bottle. You can add the chemicals. You can adjust. See, you can adjust the length of. You can height of the test tube. You can take the chemical, how much quantity you want, what is the amount, how much you want to pour into the test tube. Then see this particular kind of experimentation that is now available into our hands in a virtual environment. Earlier we thought it is not possible. These things we do not know that they are available now. Now these particular contexts are available. You can download some of them and see which one you can use for your classroom, and that will be of a great help for you. Then one more thing that I want to share you here. Okay, this is the one which I am doing before you. So in this particular case, this I am performing it. If before you, you can see my mouse that I am just uh, clicking, and I'm just using there. This is first one is there. It is something like read the experiment. So a couple of experiments are there. You can even though they are little smaller ones are there, but still I want to show you that they are available at your hand. This is an experiment for burning of magnesium ribbon, and I have
Master,
a procedure before
sorry,
me
sir.
where he have presented this procedure. Take a magnesium ribbon stick, light it with the help of a gas burner, burn it, ignite it, then heat is produced, then take out the uh, uh, product that is coming out of it in terms of magnesium oxide. So there is a
Sir, please, sir, we
issue
are unable
there.
to see the video.
Simply after reading the procedure, perform the experiment, and then I'm going to the virtual table. Then I'll be taking the chemical there.
Sorry, sir, we are unable to see the video, sir.
Okay, this is the actual performance of the experiment. Light up the gas burner.
Sir, videos
There in
are
my
not
control.
visible, sir.
Then take the magnesium ribbon, insert it in the burner.
Sir, sorry for the disturbance, sir. Sir, here the videos are not visible, sir. Share screen or videos.
Sorry, Shankar, I couldn't listen to you. Hello?
Sir, only the screen is visible, sir.
Only?
Screen.
Okay, okay, 1 second. I'll share it. Sorry.
Yes, sir.
Now?
No, sir.
Okay, 1 second.
Close the window again, you can share, sir.
Yeah, 1 second. I'll open it. Uh, 1 second, 1 second. I'll just
Sir, sir.
share on my menu. Okay, I'll show you one more. I don't know. I could not able to. I could not able to perform before you. See this. See this one. Okay. Could you able to see this video now?
Sir, it's open, sir.
Okay. This is another video where this is a recorded video, but we can do the experiment. According to the instructions, it's a pre-recorded video, and it's like a demo. Before you do a
Sir, excuse me, sir, it is not open, sir.
Gauri Shankar, could you able to hear?
No, sir, it is not open, sir.
Okay, 1 second. Check it now.
Okay, sir. It's good, sir.
Yeah. Okay, this is about, it's a video prepared by a teacher for the students, but you can see earlier we do not have this much good quality of instructional videos available there. Now these are available for many of the organic synthesis or many of the organic reactions. These are available. You can go step by step how to go on, what is the procedure that we can adopt there, how we are performing the experiment, how we are cooling for this is a actual preparation of paracetamol from paraminophenol, acetylation, then finally preparation of the product, then purification of the product, and finally getting the purified product for the preparation of paracetamol. We know, as many of our MSc labs, we try to do paracetamol. By the end of the reaction, we don't get paracetamol in some colored product, but almost all will be getting a dark colored charred product. But this video gives us a very clear instruction of how we can go through the entire procedure, and it gives us an accurate method of going through it. So that's why we have these videos available for our labs, and this really helps us to go through it. Then I'll be showing one more context there in this one before I take you to some other information. Okay, this I want to really, I request all of you to go through this particular site, which is by MHRD, called National Mission on Education through ICT, NMEICT. We have excellent virtual labs that are present in this virtual lab. They have been done by IIT Kanpur, IIT Hyderabad, then Amrita University. So we have excellent labs there, especially for chemistry. We have physical chemistry at IIT Hyderabad, and also Amrita, and inorganic chemistry lab at Amrita. Then especially your spectroscopy labs, all of them are in excellent condition now. We can go through the lab, you can perform the experiment, you can change the conditions. So we have these facilities that are available. The videos on this facility of these labs are available even on YouTube. Before you go, please watch a couple of videos on YouTube of this virtual labs of MHRD, so that they'll give us some idea. Then we have this. See the experiments that we have at physical chemistry lab at IIT Hyderabad. We have these experiments. You can choose your samples and see how the spectra are going to be changed and what kind of conditions you need to adopt in this particular context. And we have other physical chemistry experimental procedures that are present there. And this is another one. You can even today itself, you can go to that website from Oxford University at chem.ox.ac.uk. In this virtual chemistry lab, like how they are doing, you can do by yourself. You can do reactions, you can perform reactions, you can propose your own mechanism. He will be giving us a lot of mechanisms. You can, if you feel you have a different kind of mechanism, you propose, maybe after 2 steps, you'll be knowing that you have gone wrong and you need to come back and suggest a new one. Similarly, Carnegie Mellon University have these topics that are available in the virtual lab. Just go there and do the titrations that are available. And I have other videos where how you'll be doing a acid-based titration, how you can do a normal titration with an indicator titration virtually on the screen. You can go drop by drop. You know when the color change happens. Similarly for pH metric titration or conductometric titration, you have the entire setup. You'll be adding drop by drop. You know where there is a jump in the values of either in pH or in conductance. That also helps us to stop the titration, then plot the graph, and you have a titer value there. So these experiments are available for you. It helps you to go through. There is no need for you to pay anything for many of these virtual labs that are present. Maybe your interest, your time, your zeal to spend some time in understanding these components, that will really go through it. And this is another labs that is available now, Praxi labs. Just go through. You have chemistry in general chemistry, analytical chemistry, and organic chemistry. I also have downloaded these experiments, but I couldn't able to perform on the screen while actually presenting this class. When I'm on switching on, I could able to see on my screen, but I couldn't share that on your screen. Then the topic wise, these are the things that are available there. And as teachers and students, you require a lot of software for drawing, your lab software, and you have ed tools that are available by name eDraw. You can download that like ChemDraw, and you can use it. You can draw all these things. You can, any of the experimental designs that you require, you can draw them. You can do your experiments both laboratory in terms of molecular models, in terms of equations. For chemistry, we have these 3 that are available: equations, laboratory equipment, and molecular models. But along with that, even other teachers can try these things, and they are available. And see, it's a simpler tool than ChemDraw. It's a freeware. You can download. You can draw your structures from the templates that are present on the toolbar. You can make your own presentation using. Only thing that I could understand is in ChemDraw, whenever you are drawing the bonds, generally the bonds are well aligned. If you see in this particular case, if you identify this at a trinitrotoluene, which is there in this bottom figure, you identify that the bond in this case, we find that it is NO2 in this order. But if you draw this in ChemDraw, N will be automatically adjusting. That is, it will be forming a CN bond, and O and 2 will be coming on the other side. Similarly, suffix also, CH3, you'll find it as exactly CH3, NO2 exactly like NO and suffix 2. These things are present over there. So the context here is things are available. Only issue is, are they equally available for us? Do we have a suitable atmosphere? Do we have, even yesterday I received a couple of SMS from a student that my network is very poor. I could not be in a position to attend a Zoom class. So now, as we are going for one more level, maybe after this lockdown one, and then if you are after reopening of the after exams, and if you are going back to college, if you are really going for a 50% of online, the biggest challenge before the teacher and the student is this context only. Do we have an equitable access for these things? Do we have a the net connection or a Wi-Fi connection? This morning also, I have a doubt because we have net connection till 11 o'clock, 11:30. After 11:30, there was some issue and we don't have any net connection there. So I was really doubting whether I could be in a position to join you either from my department, or otherwise I have to go back to my home or to another department where net is available. If that is the case for a presenter, imagine if a student is not having any access, where he will run, how he can he can be in a position, he could be in a position to access to this particular context there. Then how can we involve the student? That is another context there during entire course. How can we interact with them? Where we can take a pause, where we can stop for some time, speak to them. Do we have a control so that they can speak to us, they can come back to us, and what are the expenses maybe on the part of the teacher and the student, whether institute can provide this facility when they are in the college, it will be fine, but after going back, what might be happening there. So we have a lot of inputs that need to be given in this particular case from the context of an instructor and from the context of the learner, about content, about the format, about the strategies, about the role, about the technology and the support. Maybe even I'm saying this for the second time. From 8th to today's date, that is 18th, in these 10 days, my experiences have changed so many times, because all these 10 days, right from that day 8th to this day, every day I'm teaching almost all 40-minute session to my students, and then I know what are the difficulties, how I am disturbed, or how suddenly somebody can come in between and get the things done. Suppose if there is a problem with Wi-Fi, data is not really supporting that much speed or that much quality. These issues are there before me while doing this. So we need to plan our practical issues. We need to know which courses we need to shift. How many courses from chemistry we can really deal in this area. Do we have a full support system for us as a graduate or postgraduate courses? Can we plan for a full-fledged backup on our end, so that if by any chance we do not go to our labs, what kind of input that we can give to our students, that we can give back to them. If you do not give them, if you do not provide these things, if you send them into the world, if you send them into their life without giving our required products, what is going to happen for the system? What is going to happen for the area where they are going to work in the industry, or unless and until they do something there on a real context? So we have a big challenge that is coming over there, and I really thank all of you for patiently listening to me for the last 1 hour. It's my great honor to stand before you once again on a similar, exactly on the same topic. I really appreciate I think the feedback. Many of the people thought we want to really go through it. Yeah, if any chance is there, I want to send all these videos to you to the college, so that they will in turn, I don't know how they wanted to keep it on a Google platform or any platform, so that it can be easily shared to you. So it's my privilege, it's my honor that I am associated with St. Joseph's. I thank a wonderful encouragement by Professor Aruna Madam. She's a classmate of my research guide, Professor P. Nageshwara, and all the people who have encouraged me to do this, to give some sort of feedback. I also learned along with you. I was also searching every area where these things are available. If I really next semester I have to teach, what are the things I need to keep it before me in order to teach to my student? That was my question all the time. So I am also pulling up as many material, as much material as possible, as many videos as possible connected to my classroom instruction, and I'm just pulling them so that in the days to come, if virtual is going to be the context, how I can really present my virtual lab to my student. That was my question. So I thank the organizers. I thank the principal ma'am, Sister Shaiji, Dr. Shaiji. I thank the coordinator, head of the department. I thank my classmate, Professor Bushnodhir, for all that encouragement and support that she has given me in order to be a part of this course. I thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. If there are any questions, I'll be trying to answer you. If I can do that. Otherwise, I'll be saying, okay, I will also verify and let you know that. Over to Gauri Shankar.
Sir, we have questions from the participants, sir. Sir,
Yes,
first thing, the Professor Sarada was asking, are these soft tools are free of cost?
99% they are free of cost.
Acha.
Yes. All they simply Google, they are there. In Google, there. I also have downloaded them from the Google only. I didn't pay a single paisa in order to download to show to you.
Second question is from Satyam Naidu from Raghu Institute of Technology. Sir, he is asking, is there any software to be created for virtual lab as our own? Can we create virtual lab on our own?
Yeah. We need a full technical support from computer science engineering department to do it, because they only can do it. We need to have a plan, because these labs, if you see, they are giving us some idea. If you can see this lab and you can show this to them so that they can provide us the full back end of this kind, so that we can tune them for our convenience according to our syllabus. Maybe the topics which are there are not there in our syllabus. So according to our university pattern or our Indian system of education, whatever experiments that are required for us, if you can have that back end from our our engineering colleges, computer science department, if those people can help us, I think there won't be any other facility that is required. And very soon we can be the pathfinders, and we can be the path breakers in this particular area.
One more question from the student group, sir. Any software where along with the online meeting, can we integrate the drawing quickly?
Which one?
Is it possible? Is it possible when we are on an online meeting? Can we integrate the drawings very quickly? Like whatever they are saying it, is it possible to?
Yes, madam, it is there. It is there. If you can simultaneously draw it on your screen, you can keep open your laptop. Just you can. These softwares are available, like that eDraw. eDraw, easily you can draw it. Yeah, whatever is there on the screen, simply you can take and you can do it by yourself. Yeah, it is there.
I think provided they use it on a separate system,
Yes, madam.
simultaneously they can
Maybe with
operate.
mobile it is not possible. If you have a laptop, you can minimize teacher, or you can listen to him, and simultaneously you can open multiple windows, and you can either type while teacher is giving the lecture, or you can draw immediately while the lecture is going on. Something you can do. That is possible with eDraw. It's comparatively very normal software. You can do it simultaneously. But to my students, I am saying, take your notebook and draw it.
Yeah.
Equation, if there is there, I am saying you write it while it is being shown on the screen. Okay. At present, still I am not asking them to do it. I am asking them write it down, so that it goes on to some extent in a better way.
So many of them are applauding that. They are happy to be there, a part of this EdTool webinar. They are very eager. They have seen that virtual lab, how the reactions can be carried out. And also it is more informative where the tools can be obtained and how they can able to start this virtual learning. So over to Aruna Madam, sir. Thank you very much. And from this
Thank you so
question
much,
box,
madam. Thanks. I really enjoyed once again doing the other homework while doing for this second.
Thank you, sir, very much. Let me propose the formal vote of thanks. With pleasure of satisfaction, let me propose vote of thanks. First and foremost, let me thank Dr. Sister Shaichi, our principal, Sister Hema, Vice Principal, Sister Mary, Secretary, St. Joseph's College for Women, Sister Nancy, our technical know-how, for motivating us and allowing us to organize number of webinars in a short span of time and making all arrangements. I take this opportunity to thank Dr. Douglas, Associate Professor, resource person for this webinar, for educating us with lots of useful information. Thank you, sir, very much. Next and most important, I like to thank all the participants for making this webinar memorable one. I'm very much grateful to our expert technical team, Sri Naga Srinivas, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, Dr. Gauri Sankar, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics, Mrs. Subhasri, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science. I'd like to thank our supporting staff, Mrs. Swarna, Mrs. Chandani, and Ms. Lalita for their useful contribution. I take this opportunity to express my gratitude to Mrs. Ramani and the Department of Office Management for her continuous support in all respects. Finally, I would like to thank HOD Chemistry, Professor Mangaveni, and Professor Bushwati, Controller of Examinations, Professor Sarada, Accuracy Coordinator, Mrs. Madhavi, and Mrs. Sanja, Assistant Professors, Department of PG Chemistry, and all the members of UG and PG Chemistry for their support. I thank one and all once again. Now let's go for National Anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you, everybody. Good day.